This is the calcium hydroxide bath, and the water that follows. Bathe for a few minutes. So I'm going to add about 2 or 3 drops of the ketene dimer emulsion, and that will size my pulp. So I have my furnish ready, and it is 2 grams of fiber in 200 mils of water. So it is finished with sizing and formation aid added to it and ready to go. So we're going to be adding 2 mils here, 1 mil here, 6 mils entirely to the whole spine, and then 9 mils to the whole sides. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is 1 mil. And make sure the pulp is always stirred, right? That's 2 mils. I measured the area generously, so hopefully this is a good amount we're putting in here, right? This is 1 mil. And then the remainder of the spine is going to get less, right? So, but you have to eye it now, right? So this is where the art comes in and is handy. So I'm going to remove these two, because there are some areas that extend into the cover. You need to fill these areas also. So this tiny bit of pulp should do, right? So we're going to do this here first. Eye to about 1 centimeters. Maybe less than a mil should do here. But I'm going to put a whole mil and extend it to the outside and fan it out a little bit later. And then the rest of the cover, this is just a little bit, so just to give it some reinforcement, right? So 6 mils of the whole thing should do it. That's 2, 3, and this here should get more, right? Because it's a rip. So maybe like another half a mil here. So this is where you eye it and figure it out, right? And here, 4. These areas here need to be filled, so that's 4.5. Five. 6. So I'm gonna go back now and play around with the fibers to distribute them better. So this looks pretty good here. Looks pretty even here, so that's good. Then this is pretty good, pretty even. And then we need a little tiny little bit here, right? Some of these veins that you see, the cracks, will need more support, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that, right? So the same amount of pulp is going to go also on the left and on the right, with the same eye on some extra areas that may need a bit more support, right? Like here and here. Right, you're gonna go out a little bit, so you're gonna lose that 1/2 mil here and 1/2 mil there anyway, so you still added 6 mils at the end. You add the last bit here. Yeah, so looks good. This is not bad actually. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fan them out, and we'll measure the thickness later when it's dry. Right. This here, there's a rip like this that we need to take care of. Fiber here will do it. The rip right here like this, right? See it? A little bit of fiber, right? Okay, so we're gonna finish this, and then we'll do this and we'll do this. All right, now this side's gonna get 6 mils. I'm gonna do it this way. This one. Two. 3. Oops. 4. 5. Okay, now the 6 mils, the last one I'm gonna add, I'm gonna be very careful adding it to like areas that need it the most, like here, 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 right? These rips. Then maybe some support here. There's a rip here. And some of that 6 mils went out, of course, so you can add more because it looks a little thin in some ripped areas. So I'm going to add another mil. So I'm not necessarily sticking to the volume, am I? I'm using my artistic sense, and I am accordingly not sticking to the protocol 100%, am I? All right. Let's see now. There's the rip here. I want to be careful. That should suck up some of the liquid, and then push some of the pulp to the side, makes it more even when it's finished. Do the same on this side. There's a big rip here, you can see this, right? So again, 1 centimeter would be like here, but I am putting some on the outside also, so 0.5 centimeters, and then I'll do this later. So 6 mils. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put some here. And then go up, go up, go up. And then last one is going to be the 6th one. Okay. So this is where I'm going to use my artistic sense and see where the pulp is needed, like here. Definitely needed. And here it's needed, and here it's needed. This part of the spine actually isn't too bad, right? Just the ribs I'm gonna support more with some more pulp. Otherwise it's done, right? So some of the pulp, as you can see, extends out, and that's because the ribs need to be supported, like here, for example. See the rib? So you need the pulp here, like this. It's largely wet still, right? And I can work with it wet better. You see the fibers better, and formation aid helps you discern where the fibers are. Right. Okay, and then from here to here and here to here, we're going to put 9 mils. 9 mils. So I'm going to do the bottom part first. Here's, and this area here needs more clearly than this area, but we'll see how we do this. Here's 1, 2. Similarly, you want to seal the ribs without necessarily covering the graphic too much, right? 3. Go back here. 4. 5. 'This here is a big rib, so I have to cover the graphic or use Tengu tissue later. What should I do? It can be removed, right? So I'll just do very light coating. And then, so that's 6.5. And that's 8.5. And this is 9.5. So this took 9.5 passes. But honestly, there are ribs here, so maybe I should do one better. So I'm going to do 10. I'm going to do another half. Another half, right? Just the ribs need to be covered better. So what happened to my math? Well, math told me something, but then my basic sense and artistic sense of seeing things told me something different. And that's really what Jerry talks about, his artistic sense, and he is absolutely correct. But he has an eye for things that, in my opinion, nobody else does. He's pretty good at these things, right? So he's comfortable doing it, and it's shows in his work. It does a great job. All right, we'll do now the top part. Again, about 9 mils, 9 plus is okay. Okay. One. Two. 3. I'll do 1, 2, 3 here too. 1, 2, 3, and we have 3 left, so we'll put 1 here. We'll put 1 here. And we'll do this here. Done. Is my leaf casting done? It is. And now just arrange the fibers and cover it. Lay paper towels on top, let them absorb, and then to the press it goes. No rolling, because there is formation aid in this. Formation aid can ruin things. I'm going to use gently a paper towel for now, just to absorb some of that leaf casting liquid. Now very gently, very gently, right? Not rolling it, because there is formation aid in there. And this stuff is slippery, it can slip out of the holes where you applied it, right? So we're gonna go ahead and dry it and then stick it in the press.